Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some practical tips on how you can save $10,000 quickly. Whether you're trying to build a safety net, make a down payment on a house, or just achieve financial peace of mind, saving $10,000 is a huge step in the right direction. Now I know what you might be thinking. Saving that much money feels like a daunting task, right? But trust me, it's totally achievable if you break it down into smaller, manageable steps, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. We'll cover everything from creating a realistic budget to cutting unnecessary expenses to finding creative ways to boost your income. Stick around, because I'm also going to share my favorite strategy for automating your savings so you can watch your money grow without even lifting a finger. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with the foundation of any good financial plan: creating a budget. Now, I know budgets might not sound like the most exciting thing in the world, but trust me, they're essential. Think of your budget like a roadmap for your money. It helps you track where your income is going and identify areas where you can potentially cut back. There are tons of different budgeting methods out there, so find one that works best for you. A popular one is the 50-30-20 rule, where you allocate 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Another option is the zero-based budget, where you assign every single dollar you earn a specific purpose. The key here is to be realistic and specific with your budget. Don't just write down vague categories like groceries or entertainment. Get granular. Break down your spending into smaller subcategories and set realistic limits for each one. This level of detail will give you a much clearer picture of your spending habits and help you identify areas where you might be overspending. Now that you've got your budget in place, it's time to keep a close eye on your spending. Remember, awareness is key when it comes to saving money. You need to know exactly where your money is going in order to identify areas where you can cut back and redirect those funds towards your savings goals. There are a few different ways you can track your spending. You can go old school and use a pen and paper to jot down every expense. Or, you can leverage technology and take advantage of budgeting apps like Mint, Personal Capital, or YNAB. You need a budget. These apps connect directly to your bank accounts and credit cards, automatically categorizing your transactions and giving you a real-time overview of your spending habits. But here's the thing. Tracking your spending isn't just about logging every transaction. It's about analyzing your spending patterns, identifying areas where you might be overspending, and finding opportunities to cut back. For example, let's say you're using a budgeting app, and you notice that you're spending way more on eating out than you realized. That's a clear sign that you could probably save a significant amount of money by cooking at home more often. Alright, now it's time to talk about everyone's favorite topic: cutting expenses. I know it's not the most glamorous part of saving money, but it's absolutely crucial if you want to reach your financial goals faster. The good news is that there are tons of creative ways to cut expenses without feeling like you're depriving yourself. First, take a hard look at your monthly bills and see if there are any areas where you can negotiate a lower rate. This could include things like your car insurance, internet, or phone bill. You might be surprised at how much you can save just by asking for a discount or switching to a different provider. Next, identify any recurring subscriptions or memberships that you're not using to their full potential. This could be anything from streaming services to gym memberships to subscription boxes. If you haven't used a particular subscription in a while, chances are you can probably live without it. Remember, those monthly fees might seem small individually, but they can really add up over time. Now, while cutting expenses is essential, there's only so much you can cut back. That's why it's also important to focus on the other side of the equation: increasing your income. The more money you make, the easier it'll be to save for your goals. One of the best ways to boost your income is to explore side hustles. Thanks to the gig economy, there are endless opportunities to make extra money in your spare time. Whether you're passionate about writing, photography, graphic design, or something else entirely, there's likely a side hustle out there that aligns with your skills and interests. Another option is to ask for a raise or promotion at your current job. If you've been consistently exceeding expectations and adding value to your company, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and ask for the compensation you deserve. The worst thing they can say is no, and you might be surprised at what happens when you simply ask. Alright, let's talk about one of my favorite strategies for saving money effortlessly: automating your savings. This is a game changer because it takes the willpower and guesswork out of saving. Instead of manually transferring money to your savings account each month, you set up automatic transfers to occur on a regular basis, like every time you get paid. The beauty of automating your savings is that it makes saving money a non-negotiable expense. It ensures that you're consistently putting money aside for your goals, even when life gets busy or you're tempted to spend your hard-earned cash elsewhere. Here's a pro tip: set up your automatic transfers to occur right after you get paid. This way, you're essentially paying yourself first before you even have a chance to spend the money. You can start small with your automatic transfers. Even $20 or $50 per paycheck can make a difference over time. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more financial advice.